we're going to show you why, despite all the hype and magical moments, van life can really suck.
As much as we'd recommend living on the road full time, we're going to give you 10 reasons why you should stop and consider living the full-time caravan dream. And make sure you're just not a little crazy and you're prepared for the unexpected. No matter how hard you try to keep them out, bugs are going to make the way into your caravan. You'll be left wondering how in the world the little critters can find their way into the van until you take a closer look at all the gaps in the doors, windows and hatches that go hand in hand with living in a caravan. Somehow those little shits find their way into the van and come to the surface once the caravan gets shut up for the night and the lights come on. You'll be spotting them all night, and we mean all night.
There just isn't an easy way to say it, but the toilet in all caravans are terrible. It doesn't matter if you have a cassette toilet or a composting toilet, they all have their issues. Accidents always happen, and once they do, you'll have to put up with the smell. Even if you have a composting toilet, you still need to empty it regularly, and when you do, man, it really sucks. There is just no easy way to get around it. If you're going to be living full-time in a caravan, be prepared to get your hands dirty.
When you're in a van, the weather plays a massive part in what you're going to do for the day. And if the weather is terrible, be prepared to suffer the attack of killer claustrophobia. You will seriously drive each other up the wall. If you have dogs, have fun waiting for them to do their business in the rain. They'll take their time and you'll just have to be patient. When you've had enough and just can't stand it anymore, you'll want to venture outside, but be rest assured one of you will either have an accident or come home with a cold, which will keep you inside even longer even when the weather clears up.
When you live in a caravan, you can totally forget about privacy. It just doesn't happen. There's just nowhere to hide in a caravan. You could hide in the bathroom, but that's just not a great place to hang out. And you can be guaranteed everyone will want to use the bathroom the same time as you. When you're outside and want a bit of alone time, you can also guarantee that you won't be alone for long. Privacy in a caravan, you can forget it.
When you decide to travel full-time in a caravan, things are going to go wrong. From simply taking a wrong turn and navigating impossibly narrow roads, to having random trees falling on your car on a still day. Accidents will happen, and it really sucks when it does. Consider twice before investing hundreds of thousands of dollars on a new rig, when there is a chance at the end of the day, it could get trashed.
You can be sure that while you're travelling, you're going to start pining for your old life, no matter how much you think it's terrible right now. And when you do, one day when you're at your low point, all you're going to want to do is head home, where it's safe and warm, and bathe in the company of those who you love. It will usually be when you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no phone or internet connection, and you'll feel totally isolated. But guess what? You can't, because you don't have a home. You're in your home, and at that moment, no matter where you are, it really sucks.
It doesn't matter if you're in a caravan park or at a free camp beside a river, at some stage you're bound to have neighbours who just don't understand personal space. You'll have neighbours that will be keeping you up at night, guaranteed. They'll be partying, snoring, farting, burping, banging saucepans, sweeping floors, cleaning plates at the most bizarre times of the night. And when it does, be prepared for a grumpy wife the next day who will be plotting her revenge on the pesky neighbours for the following night.
The washing machine in a caravan is impossibly small. You can only fit a few shirts into it at any one time. You'll be washing clothes all day, then trying to find a place for them to dry. Eventually, you'll have to find a laundromat or book into a van park just so you can use a decent sized washing machine that can wash a bulk load of clothes.
Do you think living in a caravan will improve your special time with your spouse? What a joke. It has the opposite effect. There is just nowhere to escape with your spouse living in a van. And if you do happen to get the kids into bed early one night and plan something special, you can guarantee your most well-laid plans will go out the window. Alone time, you'll just have to be patient and get creative. And be okay that your kids will learn about the birds and the bees a little earlier than you did in a van.
If you have a dog or dogs or happen to pick one up while you're travelling and think it would be a good idea to travel with them, think very, very carefully. You can forget about travelling to or camping in national parks, and as much as we love them, they can be a real handful and zap the last of our energy. Good luck.
Despite all this, somehow we have found our way travelling in a caravan. We're absolutely loving it. We couldn't recommend it enough.
'Cause I found my way.